Are you over 50 or even over 60 and have thought to yourself, I really need to get my motivation back? But immediately you think, but I can't be dealing with any more of that rubbish. You want that spark back. You want to feel energized and feel like you're getting things done. But what you absolutely don't want is the drama, the guilt, the pressure, and the endless expectations to get things done. And quite frankly, you don't want any of that nonsense. You're too old for that. And do you know what? That's probably one of the most healthiest things which we've gained as we've got older. Because after 50, something changes. We stop being impressed by noise and being confused with busyness and progress. And we start asking a much more important question. Does this actually matter? And that, my friends, that isn't losing motivation. That is actually gaining wisdom. So, good morning. Welcome back to the channel, Life of Paul and Over 50, where I try and talk about issues which creep up on us over 50s. It started off as a man channel, but I've realised how much of this actually affects both women and men. So I think a lot of this actually is involving all of us, at least at some stage. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, give me a like and a subscribe and ding the old bell. And if you're a subby, welcome back. And today I want to try and tackle the thing about how do I get my motivation back and ignore the bullshit. Because I think, looking at all the comments on my last video, I think we've all had enough of the bullshit. And we need to start ignoring it and concentrate on ourselves. Because let's be honest, a lot of our motivation in our younger days wasn't particularly noble. A lot of our motivation in our younger years was often fueled by fear, by panic, by deadlines, caffeine, and the optimism of our youth. Do you remember those days? 4 hours sleep, 2 cups of coffee, no energy drinks in those days, a banana, and somehow we thought we was unstoppable. Actually quite terrifying, really. But now, we've lived enough life to understand that everything really deserves a bit of our energy. And have you noticed how the bullshit radar has become so finely tuned that you can spot crap at 100 yards? It's one of the greatest joys, I think, of getting older. You can just spot it instantly. It's actually quite satisfying. A pointless argument. No, thank you. Somebody wants some drama. Move on. And a meeting which could have been an email. Nah, you're all right. At 30, you would have sat through it quite intently, taking it all in. At 50, your mind's already halfway home. Because to be honest, this is good. Motivation grows when all the nonsense shrinks. One of the biggest shifts when you get over 50 is that motivation actually needs maintaining. It no longer just responds to pressure. It needs meaning. You need a reason to make that motivation actually feel real and not just influenced by the outside pressures. For example, better health, family, future, jobs which you actually want to do and not what you're expected to do, and purpose, and most of all, quality of life. Your brain now asks, Do I need to use energy on this? And if the answer is no, your motivation quietly gets up and respectfully leaves the room. It's not being awkward. It's quality control. And sometimes it's not actually your lack of motivation. It's something like energy leakage, which a lot of people mistake that for. They lose energy, thus losing motivation, and they think that that's what it's all about. But there's more to it than that. Your energy could be leaking into poor sleep, stress, people pleasing, and your endless obligations. Sometimes people don't actually need your help. They just need to find their own hobby. Protecting your own energy, it often leads to gaining motivation faster than trying to push through. So how do we get through? To be honest, those tiny wins actually help. They do actually help to grow your motivation. You don't need some grand reinvention or some Monday morning speeches. No fresh notebook with a 5-point life plan on it. We've all bought them notebooks in the past, but let's be honest, I bet some of you have opened them since. Motivation often comes from movement, a walk, one room, one task, one decision. Those tiny wins often build on your motivation because those tiny wins, they actually matter. And this is my favourite. Discard the bullshit ruthlessly, with passion, and a big size 10 football boot. Because this is where the shift really happens. You need to ask yourself, what's actually draining me? What is actually stopping me? What is actually in my life which means nothing? Obligations, certain people, old habits. Sometimes the quickest way to gain motivation is to stop carrying the things which don't actually belong to you. Some baggage, it needs unpacking. Some baggage needs binning. And to be honest, some of it actually needs put on a bloody big bonfire. So maybe getting your motivation back after 50, after 60, isn't so much about looking at who you were. It's about looking at who you are now and liking the person you are now, understanding the person you are now, understanding the fact that changes have happened. And some of them you probably haven't realised, they've just sneaked up on you. I know it's happened to me. I was confused, I thought I was lazy, until I realised that actually I wasn't. I was just fed up with the bullshit. We need to become clearer on who we are now. Keep that spark. Keep that energy. Get rid of the bullshit. And to me, that's progress, my friends. I think we can do this one together. So I'd love to know, what's one of the things you've stopped as you've got older? What's one of the things you've binned as your bullshit radar has become more sharper? Please let me know in the comments. I'm actually genuinely looking forward to reading those. I think it's going to be quite entertaining. So, if you have enjoyed this video, which I hope you have, please like and comment, subscribe, ring the bell. It'll notify you of my next one. And as per usual, I'm going to crack on with my walk with honey. See you on the next video, pal.